All right, I have never filmed 2 pick a card readings in one day, but I just filmed another one, and now I'm filming this one because I just really felt like I was getting this strong message that I just need to film a January 2019 video. So this one's all about your month of January for 2019, a kind of forecast horoscope of what's going to go on, what's going to happen for you guys. So I'm super stoked to do this video, and I just had a feeling like I just need to film it now and get it out now. I don't know why. Don't know why I have that feeling, but I have that feeling. So we're gonna just hop right into this video. So if you guys don't know how pick a card readings work, basically I'll give you a quick little rundown. This is pile number 1, this is pile number 2, this is pile number 3, this is pile number 4, this is pile number 5, and this is pile number 6. So take a moment to find out what pile you're most attracted to. Maybe you're attracted to 2 piles, but go with your first gut instinct on what pile to pick. Maybe you're really attracted to the crystal, or maybe you're really attracted to a certain card, or maybe you're just being called to one for no reason, you don't know why. So yeah, take a moment to figure that out, and once you are done figuring out what card you're drawn to, you can open up the description box down below to find out what time that specific card reading starts at, and then you can skip ahead to that specific time and watch your reading for January of 2019. And without further ado, let's hop right into this video. So pile number 1, you have a piece of chrysoprase on top of your pile, and let's find out what's going to happen to you guys in January of 2019. Whoa, almost left behind a couple there. So let's see what's going on. So pile number 1, this is a pretty crazy pile because the 3 tarot cards that you guys have are major arcana cards. They're just major arcanas. That means you're going through a really major time in January of 2019. Like, it's going to be major for you guys. It's going to be really significant, and it's going to be kind of life-changing. So we have a few different things going on here with the Hierophant card that can mean a few different things. It can mean you're studying something new, you're learning something new, even going back to school or something like that, but somehow you are learning something new or taking a really spiritual path. Also, beside the star, I really feel like this is like kind of destined. Somehow you're supposed to be learning something new, and you're going to be learning something new, and it's going to be something you feel really called towards, really destined towards. It's going to be something you can't really change. With the major arcana cards, it's like almost like a soul contract of what you're supposed to be doing down on earth, and it's something you can't really change. The other cards, the minor arcana, you can kind of change the fate and outcome of those because those are kind of like the mundane, everyday sort of aspects of life, and you can transform them into anything. This is like soul contract kind of stuff. We also have the Wheel of Fortune, so it's almost like you're going through a phase now of where you're coming across this like moment in time where you're going to be going through something completely different. The wheel is always spinning. You're going to land on different dots all the time. It's also, I look at it as the card of the law of attraction. So the Wheel of Fortune, it has so many different, areas it could land on, so many different areas of the wheel. And to create more good areas of the wheel, use the law of attraction in your mind. So if you always expect good outcomes, you're going to create more good outcomes it could land on in that wheel. If you expect bad outcomes, you'll create more bad outcomes that it could land on in that wheel. So it's like realizing the good and the bad of what you're creating. And but I honestly think you're going to have a really good month because the rest of the cards are really good. So it's almost like also with the Hierophant, it can be coming out of your shell of, realizing like society has this certain way of being, and the star is somebody who's like completely naked and just shows themselves as their real self. So it can also be you coming out of your shell of always maybe following along to what society says and does, and realizing you just want to be yourself and come out and be your own person and shine your own light, shine your own uniqueness. So it might also be a month where you finally realize you want to shine your own uniqueness and start doing that and not follow along with what society says anymore. So that can also be another meaning behind it. So whatever your dreams are, have faith in them because they will totally happen and totally come true if you do. We have the Waxing Crescent Moon card, which is all about that. We also have the Initiation. So with that, it's like, it talks about going somewhere sacred. And so it's like January is going to be a total initiation phase for you, whether it's going back to school, learning something new, or the initiation of releasing the old thought patterns of the way that maybe you're supposed to be and becoming the way that you know that you truly are. It's like the initiation of that. So that's pretty awesome. We also have the Great Adventure card. Take a risk, venture forward. So take risks. Don't follow along to what society says. Maybe society's like, no, that's stupid. Don't do that. You're dreaming too big. You're not dreaming too big. There's no dreams that are too big, in my opinion. Dream big. Make those big dreams happen. Prove to society that society's wrong and that you can have anything and do anything, especially with all these major arcana cards. You can do anything. Nothing is out of the books for you. Like, anything is possible. So just know that. And we also have Aries, I am. So it's kind of like realizing who you are in January. You're going to kind of be this blossoming person of realizing who you truly are. And you might even kind of like have this moment where you're going to like rebel a little bit against the way society is and just shine your light and just be like, fuck it. I'm so tired of like putting on this mask and trying to fit in. You're just like, I'm just going to be me. It's a time of realizing who you are in January. Redefine who you are. And be that person and shine that person and, you know, be free. January is all about becoming free. Breaking the rules a little bit, coming free. And I don't mean like you're going to be breaking like wild rules or anything. I just mean like if society wants you to come across a certain way or whatever, you're just going to be yourself. Like, it's all about being yourself and realizing who you truly are at the core and shining that bright light. So that's what I'm seeing for you guys in January of 2019. That's pretty dang exciting, I'd say. So have fun with it, guys. Shine that true light, because I think that's one of the most beautiful freaking things that people can do, is shine their unique light. So that brings us on to pile number 2. Let's find out what's going on for you guys in January of 2019. We have a piece of hematoid quartz or hematoid quartz on the top of your pile. It's basically fire crimson quartz. Crimson quartz has a lot of different names for this stone, but this stone is so beautiful. It's one of my favorites. One of my favorites, guys. Just letting you know. So yeah, let's find out what's going on for you guys in January of 2019. Okay, so pile number 2, this is what I'm seeing for you guys in January of 2019. So I also, like looking at this, we have the King of Cups, which is a man who is very in touch with his emotions. So this is talking about probably you, but not saying that you're a man. If you're a woman, this also totally correlates to you, but it's just somebody who's very in touch with their emotions and is a huge empath, can feel into other people, feels into himself as well. He's very stable emotionally. He understands all the emotional sides of things. He's also kind of like a romantic and all that kind of stuff. He can also be somebody coming into your life and trying to bring some romance in there, just saying. It can also be that. Just saying. There's a possibility. So, but with the King of Cups, what I'm also kind of seeing based on the other cards is the King of Cups is a guy who, you know, he's so intuitive with his own emotions. He understands exactly, you know, what he wants, but the King of Cups isn't super like explorative, if that makes sense. He's not super adventurous because he understands where his boundaries are. He understands like where his emotions sit, what he gets upset about, what he doesn't get upset about. He understands his own boundaries. But it's time to break those boundaries in January. It's time to go out of your comfort zone. And it might feel a little awkward at first. You might not want to do it, but you're going to be called to these things that kind of push you outside of your comfort zone. You're going to be kind of juggling like, oh, do I want to do that? Or do I just want to like stay in my bubble of my routine? But I feel like you are a little bit tired of that routine. You're tired of staying in that bubble. It's kind of crazy I'm talking about bubbles because this card literally has bubbles on it. It's like this house inside of a bubble. It's a castle inside of a bubble. So maybe you have like your life put together, it's good, you're in your bubble, but you're a little bored of the bubble. You kind of want to step outside of the castle. And this is about reaching your destination, your light is shining brightly, so it's kind of about exiting the bubble. We have a lot of cards that are exiting the bubble because the other card that we have is the North Node, which is stepping outside of your comfort zone and reaching your actual destiny, because maybe we're so comforted inside of where we are right now, but it's not where destiny is kind of calling us and leading us. So you might be juggling like, oh, do I really want to like start that? But it's time to start that, and it's time to say no to staying in the bubble, because we also have the no card popping up. So it's time to step out of the bubble. But you might want to be telling yourself no a lot, but I feel like you're going to need to call upon Mars a little bit, which is Mars is really forceful. Mars is adventurous. So it's time to call on that Mars kind of energy and be a little bit adventurous, go on these adventures, step outside of that bubble. Mars does not like being in bubbles, let me tell you. Like, Mars is the opposite of being in bubbles, but I feel like you're definitely going to feel like definitely a little bit of discomfort, but I feel like you're really tired of the bubble. And January, stepping outside the bubble, we have the drum card here, which is kind of like, you know, when you hear like the beat of the drum going, it's like that initiation of that person that's like about to embark on a crazy ass journey, and they're about to go. It's like the beginning of those movies that you see when the protagonist, I think is what they're called, like the main character, is about to embark on their crazy ass journey and go on this wild adventure, and there's like that drum, and they're about to like be crowned to go on their quest. I feel like that's where you're at. So it's like you need to listen to that drum beat inside and go with it, step outside of those comfort zones, and you're going to reach your destination. And reaching that destination is going to be really beautiful, just to let you know. And you're going to be really happy once you get there. It might be an uncomfortable process, but once you get there, you're going to be really proud of yourself and where you've gone. You're going to expand your bubble. You can technically still have the bubble if it's what makes you comfortable, but it's time to expand the bubble at the very least, and then get to the point where you are finally ready to pop the bubble and be in the fullness of the world. But that is what I'm seeing for you guys. Pile number 2. That's pretty dang exciting, by the way. I'm somebody who really likes adventure and stuff like that, so I think that's a really positive kind of thing. All change is technically positive, I guess. So, with that brings us to pile number 3. So pile number 3, we have some opalite on the top of your pile. Let's find out what's going on for you guys in January of 2019. That's kind of... This thing likes to roll everywhere. I don't know how I get it to stay on the card during the filming process. I don't know how it just stays on the card. I don't know. All right, so pile number 3. This looks pretty awesome. So I feel like in the beginning of 2019 in January, it's going to feel like your success is expanding. It's going to feel like you are like living in your perfect, like kind of almost fairy tale. That's what it looks like. There's a lot of cards here that talk about success and feeling successful, feeling at the top of your game. Let's see what else is going on. Honestly, like I have no like really advice to give, because it feels like you're on top of your game in January of 2019. We have lots of positive cards, like the King of Wands. He has his shit together. He's super successful. He like has everything. He's the kind of like leader type, you know? He doesn't really have, he's not working under someone. He's like the leader. He's the business owner. He tells other people what to do kind of thing. Like he's on the top of the top. So whether that's somebody coming into your life or yourself, it's like you're either at the very top of the game, like you have no worries about anything, you're up there, or you have somebody coming into your life where they have that kind of energy. But then we also have the 9 of Pentacles, and this talks about you and where you're at. So it's like somebody who's like extremely comfortable with where they're at. They're very independent. They have their shit together. So maybe you're going to be finding independence. You're going to finally feel very independent in January of 2019. Like if you're really young, like maybe you're going to move out on your own and find independence. Maybe you're going to do something, have your own job where you feel really independent and stuff like that. If you are, you know, more in the, you know, middle adult stages of life. So it's like for you guys, it would be like you have your crap together, you have the good job, you're feeling really good. It's kind of like January will be not really much of worries at all. Like you're gonna have not really any stress because everything just feels like it fits together. You feel your independence, you feel your power. Because we also have the Queen of Pentacles and she sits in her power. She has time for her family, she has time for her friends, she has time to come home and cook like really good home cooked meals and care for her loved ones while also being that successful like warrior businesswoman who knows how to get what she wants. The Queen of Pentacles knows how to get what she wants, let me tell you. So that's kind of like what I'm seeing for you guys for January of 2019. It looks like there's not like really any stress there. But I think it's time for a little bit of healing since we do have a balsamic moon, which is the healing card. It kind of talks about, you know, maybe you're ready for what's next. Maybe you're in this stage of feeling like, you know, you've reached this plateau of, yeah, I have no stress. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm where I want to be and all of that. But maybe you're getting a little bit bored of it. So we have the Starseed card, which is what lights you up, like what gets you inspired. So what's the next goal that you want to go after and reach and chase towards? Because maybe that's what you need right now. But once you do that, you have the gates of triumph, which is success expands in your life. So I feel like once you do that, all of a sudden your doors for expansion are just going to open wide for you and be really, really amazing. We also have the Witness card. And so it's like, maybe you're going to even be at this point where you feel a little bit removed from how far you've come because you're going to be like, whoa, like, it's going to be a bit of like a humbling moment, I think, when you realize the kind of plateau that you reached and how you need to like find new goals to push higher. You're almost going to be like witnessing yourself like, wait a minute, how do I feel like this is like mundane and plateaued? This is what I've like wanted for so long and now I'm finally here. And it feels like it's not even enough. Like, I feel like I want more. Like, what's the next thing? And so it's going to kind of be like that, you know, that kind of feeling when you're, like, looking at it and you're just like, wait a minute, what? Like, how did I get this far? So you might have that moment in January of 2019. We also have the Moon card of soul. And so I feel like you're going to have to do some deep soul searching of, like, what do you want to do next? What's the next place you want to climb to? What's the next thing that you want to conquer? Because you'll conquer it. You have all of these, like, these people cards that are so good at conquering and getting exactly what they want. So no doubt about it, you have that in you. So that is all I'm seeing for you, pile number 3. That's pretty dang awesome, I must say. Like, whoa. Nothing wrong with that, that's for sure. All right, so pile number 4, let's find out what January of 2019 is going to look like for you. We have a piece of a rainbow moonstone on top of your pile, and let's find out what's going to be happening for you guys. Okay, so pile number 4, this is what I see for you guys for January of 2019. It looks like January is going to be a huge balance between things moving really, really fast, and then all of a sudden things go really slow, and then you're gonna have time for introspection, reflection, and then it's gonna all of a sudden go really back to like the speedy, quick, like things are happening so quick, and then back to the introspection, reflection. It's gonna be like a toss-up between those two things. That's what it's looking like, because we have the Temperance card in between the Hermit and the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is like so fast moving. Things are just moving forward. It also deals with travel. So if you do have any travel plans in January of 2019, it is just talking about that. But it can also mean opportunities coming in really quickly and really fast, but they're also really quick opportunities. So all of a sudden when you're done with the opportunity, you're back to the reflection, introspection in the self, feeling a little bit like alone kind of by yourself, but then it goes back to the being out there, crazy world, everything, and then the reflection of going deep into this inner knowledge. And so it's also about like learning a lot more about yourself, deep reflections, and finding out what do you really want, where do you really want to go. You have the potential to move things fast in the direction that you want to go and attain your goals and like push them forward, but it's like, what do you really want, you know? So the Temperance can also mean long distance. So maybe there's a part of your life that feels like it's at a little bit of a distance for you, whether that be like actual physical distance or just like mental soul distance. Maybe you feel like your goals and stuff may be a little bit far away, and you're kind of searching, like, how do I get them to come really fast and all that kind of stuff. And I can tell you, just like feel like they're coming fast, and they will come fast for you, because we have the 8 of Wands. It's like, just feel like they're flying and coming towards you, and they will. It's all about holding your vision with the fixed moon. That's the next card that we have. So as long as you hold your vision about your goals coming to you really quick, in a very timely manner, they will. Trust me. And wow. I keep saying the word that's like literally in the next card. So the next card we have is trust your path. So just trust that it's happening. Trust where you're going, and trust the process, because you're in this process of finding your true manifestation power. So it's like, trust your path. If you knew you'd be supported, what would you do? If you knew all of these things were absolutely going to come, what would you be doing with your time? Would you just be kind of like sitting there reflecting, or would you have to like get something done and prepare for what's coming? So it's time to prepare for what's coming, because trust me, it is coming. Just trust the path. Hold that vision, trust that it is coming, and don't waste your time in between it, because it's coming. So what would you be doing if you knew it was like coming tomorrow? Would you feel prepared? Start preparing yourself, because it's coming fast. And the more you prepare yourself, the faster it'll come. So the next card we have is answering the call. The time is now. And so the time is now for all of your visions to come to fruition. So I think it's about realizing that they're coming faster than you think, and to prepare for it and to get ready, because it is coming. And the more you start to get ready, again, the faster it's going to come. We also have Jupiter, abundance. And so it's about feeling really abundant. I feel like you have so many good things coming towards you, but it's about accepting and holding that vision and holding that space and allowing those really good things to come for you, because they're coming for you. But it's about realizing and opening your mind frame and your like space in order to allow those abundantly amazing things to happen and come in. So get rid of any of those negative mind frames. Get rid of them now. Replace them with positivity and trust and belief, because it is coming, and that is how it's going to come to you. So that is all for you. Pile number 4. That is pretty dang awesome. Like, you guys seem like you can manifest a lot right now. It's just about getting rid of that negativity or any doubts or anything like that. Get rid of that, and all of a sudden you're going to be on the path to like getting anything that you guys want. So that's really awesome. So with that being said, let's move on to pile number 5 and find out what's going on for you guys in January of 2019. We have some red tourmaline on the top of your pile. I know this does not look like tourmaline at all. Black tourmaline looks very different, but this is red tourmaline made into a palm stone, which is so pretty. I think it's so beautiful. So anyway, let's find out what's going on for you guys in January of 2019. Whoa, there's a lot going on here already. So I feel like in the beginning of January 2019, it might be a time where you feel like you need to take a break, kind of rest, get your energy back, that kind of thing. And then in the middle of January of 2019, it's kind of like all of a sudden you feel ready. You're ready to take on whatever the new year has to bring to you. But take a time for rearranging your mind frame, because also with the 4 of Swords, it's about rearranging your way of thinking by meditation and using the law of attraction to find what you really want and to get what you really want, like through meditation and all that kind of stuff. And then once you come out of that like restful period, you have what you want, you've sent those vibrations out to the universe, it's very clear. You can now sit there as the 9 of Wands, ready to take on what's about to come. And trust me, you're not even going to expect what's about to come for you, because the 2 of Cups here, if you guys know tarot, you already know where I'm leading with this. But this is a new romance coming in, and if it's not a romance, if that's really out of the picture for you guys and it's not at all what it could be, it can also be a new friendship or new business partnership that you've really needed, that's very deeply connected and all that kind of stuff. But most of the time, the 2 of Cups is a relationship or going on a really special date or moving things to the next level in your relationship. That candle totally just burned out. That's weird. But if you're already in a relationship, it can also be moving to the next level of that relationship with that person as well. But the message from the universe is really about the new moon in Leo. Confidence is the key to your success. So any sort of confidence, this talks about, you know, your mind frames, the way you think. So with the 4 of Swords, it's time to bring up that confidence, and the confidence is the key to your success. If you believe that you can have this and that and all your desires and everything, it will happen for you. So it's all about having the confidence that it's going to happen for you. Also, it says don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? So don't dim any of your light. Don't try to, sorry, I totally need to adjust my leg. It's totally asleep right now. But talking about don't dim to fit in, it's like, don't like go along with the rules of society. Don't just say, oh, I want this because, you know, I'm supposed to want this at this age. This is what I'm supposed to go for right now. Push that aside. What do you really truly want? What are your biggest desires? What do you actually feel in your soul that you want to create? Don't try to dim it to fit in with society or to make it more realistic. Don't dim any of your dreams to make them realistic. Have them the highest of the highs. That's what the new moon in Leo is. That's what this card is. It's like Leo does not dim their light at all. They're the sun. They're ruled by the sun. The sun it doesn't dim its light at all. It's always shining its brightest. If the sun ever dimmed for a day, we'd be fucked, to say the least. Like it would get really cold here. A lot of the climate would just be really bad. We would probably not have any vegetation. We'd probably lose a lot of life on this planet if the sun tried to dim for a day. So stop dimming your light. Shine it as bright as possible. Don't dim any of your dreams to try to make them a little bit more realistic, to come across as a more realistic person who is more mature or something. I don't think maturity is about dimming your dreams at all. Maturity is about realizing that anything is possible. I think that's actually the most mature. I think children are more mature than some adults in the way that they believe that anything is possible and they understand the power of themselves. I think that is a place of power and amazingness. So bring back that childhood thing about anything is possible and all that kind of stuff, because you can totally make that happen. That's what the cards are saying. So just know that. Just know that. And have that full-on confidence. Shine that as bright as possible, because we don't want to be living in no barren wastelands, okay? So keep shining that light real bright. We need the warmth. Especially in January. We need that warmth, guys. So we also have the Rainbow Blessings card. Blessings are showering your life. So it's like you are going through a time in January of 2019 where you are so blessed by your angels, by your guides, of all of this kind of stuff. They're really excited for this new year for you. So take advantage. If you try to dim your light at all during this time of getting blessings, you're going to slice those blessings in half and be like, oh no, realistically, I should only get half of what that is. Thanks. It's like, no, shine the brightest. Take the full-on shebang of what you're being given. It's super amazing. Go through a little bit of a standstill. This is exactly what the Four of Swords is talking about. And meditate and release any sort of like things that hold you back, any sort of like mind frames that hold you back from your truest potential. And shine that truest potential. We also have the 5th house of creativity as the last card. So it's like you are going through such a creative time. You have a very creative mind. You have a mind that has the ability to dream really big, but it's about utilizing that mind to dream really big. So that is what the message is for you, pile number 5 for January of 2019. So that is what I see for you guys, which is really freaking awesome, by the way. So be excited about that, because I think that was an amazing freaking pile to pick. So that was awesome. That was great. All right, so pile number 6, let's find out what's going on for you guys in January of 2019. We have some rose quartz on top of your pile. I love rose quartz. It's so amazing. It's all about like self-love, other love, connections between people, so much love. Gotta love the love, right? Wow, we have so many people cards. Ugh. Pile number 6. This is what is going on for you guys in January of 2019. So with the Emperor card as the first card, I feel like you guys are going through a period of where you're going to be realizing your power, and you're going to have to utilize that power, and you're going to have to utilize your energy in a lot of different ways, because we have so many different face cards here. And so it might even be a time of being surrounded by a lot of people as well. But if you're not being surrounded by a lot of people, or if that's just like a regular thing for you, January of 2019 is going to be about utilizing all your different talents, all your different like sides of yourself in all different ways, because we have the Emperor who sits on the throne. He commands his kingdom. He is like, he's basically like the king, you know? And then so we have the Queen of Wands right beside him. The Queen of Wands is a very creative woman. She's very adventurous, spontaneous, but she knows exactly what she wants, and she knows when to be spontaneous. She knows when to be adventurous in order to get exactly what she wants. She knows what to do, and she gets this fiery passion when she knows what she wants, and it's just there. So you're going to be very creative. It's a very creative time for you guys in January of 2019. We also have the King of Swords, and the King of Swords is a very good communicator. He knows how to tell the truth when he needs to. He knows exactly how to come across in order to tell people the truth, but without, like, you know, totally cutting them down. He knows how to say the truth in order for it to be brought across in the correct way and the correct manner. He knows his own truth. He knows exactly what he wants as well and how to make it happen by communicating with the right people and being able to kind of plan out things very well, see things out very well, have initial ideas. He's the idea master, basically. So it looks like it's gonna be a very creative time for you guys in January. So the next card we have is the Waxing Moon, which is the energy is gaining momentum. So like whatever you're creating, the energy of that is pushing forward really fast at this time, and it's like gaining its power. So January of 2019 is all about gaining the power of what you're wanting to create and honing that power, owning that power. So honing it and owning it. I know that kind of like seemed like a little play on words there or something, but it's like honing the power and owning the power, which I'm pretty sure that those two words mean the same thing. So you guys know what I mean. Then we have the leap card, which is you go first. The universe will catch you. So it's like, don't be worried. Don't let anything hold you back. Just leap out into what you're wanting. Own that creativity. Own all of those amazing ideas that you get. Sit on the throne of those things and jump out into the universe. Leap into it and know that the universe has got your back. It will catch you. And go about doing what you do best. So it can also mean that in January of 2019, you're going to be surrounded by a lot of people as well. So definitely keep that in mind. You might be surrounded by people who give you really good ideas, give you lots of good inspiration about where you want to go, and make you feel like you kind of realize yourself and where you do want to go because of the people that are around you giving these amazing ideas to you. We also have the card of navigating by the stars, follow your bliss. And so follow your creativity and where it's leading you. The Queen of Wands is somebody who's really adventurous and spontaneous. When she gets that spark, she goes for it because she just knows that that's what she wants and she knows where she's going. So definitely act on those sparks that you get, those intuition like messages from the universe that just tell you that that's where you need to go and that's the path that you need to be on. Trust all those things because they'll be right. They're totally, totally right. We also have the Serpent card, and so the Serpent, like, I mean, a lot of people see the Serpent as a bad card. I personally don't. The Serpent is, you know, kind of like an ocean dweller, but not too many people even see what he does. So maybe it's a time where, you know, you're going to have a lot of people around you that don't quite understand where you're going, but nobody needs to understand where you're going. Maybe people don't see your path. Because a lot of people don't see the serpent's path, but they understand, like the serpent understands that he knows where he's going and nobody else needs to see it because he will end up on the other side of the ocean and people won't even see him do it. They'll just all of a sudden see him on the other side of the ocean. They'll be like, whoa, how did you get here? You know, like, so I feel like you're also going to really shock people with your power in the month of 2019 and shock people with the amount that you can do and create and become so quickly, which is an amazing thing. So we also have the fire element of desire. So I feel like follow your desires in 2019 because it's going to lead you to where you need to go. The Emperor can also be a teacher. I just want to say that just like came to me right now when I was like looking at that card, and there are two red cards at the end of the piles. I don't know. I just made that connection just now. It can also be a teacher of some kind. So if you're learning new things from people and they're kind of guiding you and teaching you of these certain things, follow your desires and find where that leads you and where that takes you. I think it's going to take you to really special places, but right now is a time of gaining the momentum of that energy that you're putting out there of the path that you want to take. And so even if that path's kind of unclear right now and you don't know where it's going, follow all these good ideas right now, follow all of these different desires that you're having, and you will just end up in the perfect spot, because it's about building that momentum and building all that creativity and that energy. Navigate by the stars, just navigate by your intuitions and by those little things that kind of push and pull you where you need to go, and you will find that perfect path in January of 2019. So that is all for you, pile number 6. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That is pretty dang awesome. So that is all for my January of 2019 video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me and hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. I make pick a card readings all the time, and if you guys have any suggestions for future videos of pick a cards, definitely leave them in the comment box down below, because I'd love to film those for you guys, especially if they're really awesome ideas. I'm so down. So yeah, that brings us to the end. I'm always so sad at the end of these videos. That's why I'm filming 2 in a day right now, because I love filming these videos for you guys. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Love you guys. Bye. Have an amazing, amazing 2019. January of 2019, might I say, and the rest of 2019. Okay, for realsies. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.